Good morning, it's Saturday, June 27th, and that is the original Westside Lumber Company call board. You can see on the left column the locomotive engine, the time, the conductor, the engineer, fireman, brakeman, and the date. This was the actual board sit outside the dispatcher's office in Tuolumne on the Westside Lumber Company. And then this is the no smoking sign that also hung in their shop. Here's all important papers and documents for our shop manager. And if we go inside this office here, you can see a collection of parts and pieces here on the shelves. The one I want to highlight this week, there's some brake valves. Turn over here, and then down at the bottom, you can see an injector, and if you can read upside down, you'll see June 20th. So this one was just rebuilt and put back on the shelf. If we come outside the shop here, you can see locomotive number 10. Those are the gear covers for number 10. Up here on the workbench, we can see another injector that's being rebuilt by hand. And here are the pieces for it. All these valves are going to be relapped, inspected, put all back together, taped up, and then put on the shelf for when it needs to be used. Over here you can see the first truck on engine 10 has had the line shaft reassembled. Gear cover hasn't covered the pinion and rear gear yet, but it will be. Look in the back. You can see it's all bolted up. Those brass pieces are what's showing of the line shaft and the lateral liners. Here's the horns. New brass is coming for the horns. The rest of the universal sitting down there. There's the locomotive engine. And you can see over here, the second truck is actually bolted up as well. Universals haven't been reassembled yet. You can see all bolted on that side. And there's that piece. And then you can see this line shaft has not yet been assembled, but it will be during this next week. But here's a goods cutaway here. These half moon-shaped brass pieces, these are the lateral liners. They go up against the bearing. Here's a bearing right there, and here's the other half of it. You can see there's a groove cut in it, so oil can travel inside there for lubrication. There's the piece of the line shaft where it goes on, nice and shiny. And if you look inside, you can see the axle, and then sitting on top of that is the axle bearing. We were hoping to have the line shaft brasses ready for number 10 this season, but it looks like they'll be installed this winter. These are the line shaft brasses that number 10 used last season, and we're going to put them back on for one more season. Even though they weren't planned on being used, notice how they've been babbited and grooved and then filed down and everything. We always have pieces ready to go in case for some reason we need to replace a line shaft bearing. So this is what the truck looks like without the line shaft on it. And hopefully next time we'll show you it all completed. And you can see engine 15 is out on the line. Hope you enjoyed this week's tour. Looking forward to seeing you next week.